From the first bell to the last stand, this is for every fan who loves it. I am Dr. Love, and this is Aaron Love's Wrestling. Yeah! Turn the lights on, hear the crowd ignite. Heartbeat pounds on a Friday night. From the territory days to the modern age, every ring's a war, from every match to every stage. I grew up on legends, I learned to believe in heroes, villains, the blood, and you can see the love I have. It is all on my sleeve, from Dusty Rhodes to Bright Marquee. Wrestling is in my blood, there's no hate in me. Hear the roar when the music hits, goosebumps when the champion appears. Every style, every fight, every ring, one love for the business. I am here to bring the love and the passion in every review. Aaron loves wrestling. AEW, WENWA, New Japan, TNA. It doesn't matter about the brand, I love it all. Aaron loves wrestling. My heart is in the ring. No walls, no wars, just the passion for the business that I bring. Aaron loves wrestling. Fire, one world, one voice, taking us higher. AEW, Monday Night Raw to Friday Night SmackDown, Saturday Night Main Event under the neon lights. And NXT has the rising stars. The future is looking pretty bright. Dreams get built in every fight. From Wednesday Night Dynamite to Saturday Night Collision, New Japan battles, hearts on fire. From the Tokyo Dome to Arena, Mexico, in every zone, every style's a kingdom, every ring is a throne. Give away to AEW, every New Japan pride. TA line on the way, AEW, A on the rise. Different letters with the same love and passion pounding in us all. Aaron loves wrestling. Every brand, it doesn't matter about the three letters. From the local hall to the global star. Oh my God, that sound. When the essence hits, we are all ready to start. Aaron loves wrestling. Side by side. No tribal lines, just love for the business worldwide. This is wrestling. This is wrestling. Cuddy fights for the dreams of us all in red, white, blue. Hangman doesn't stay down, he is always fighting for redemption. Mox bleeds for the business, bringing out the passion in us all. Okada is the rainmaker, the money rains down with every title reign. Cena's never giving up the fight. Fear strikes in the heart of man when Undertaker appears. Sting is the vigilante that every villain fears. Legends will always be remembered, they never retire in our hearts. They will live on forever. From Flair to Michaels, from Hogan to Cena, from Omega's rise to acknowledging reigns. Different paths but the same damn ring, same damn love for professional wrestling. Say it loud, I love wrestling. Say it proud, I love wrestling. No hate, no tribalism, just love for the business until the end of time. You know the war goes on your chest. If you love this business, then you're the best. No keyboard warriors, no hate, no lies. Just respect when the warriors rise. From the curtain rise to the final pin, we all are chasing that moment when the bell rings. It's more than title belts, it's more than glory. It's our love for professional wrestling in every story. Before your heart's up, it's all one love. Every fan's got a place. From every city to every nation, we're united by a love for professional wrestling. Aaron loves wrestling. Hear the crowd with every chant, every heartbeat, and with every tear. Aaron loves wrestling. This is our life. From the rise of a hero to the falling of wrestling. American cowboy will always ride for this. Dr. Love will always share the love of professional wrestling. For every ring, every wrestler, and every fan. One word, one passion, one truth that I'm confessing. From the first battle to the last stand. This is for every fan who loves it. I am Dr. Love, and this is Aaron Love's Wrestling. Yeah! Turn the lights on, hear the crowd ignite. Heartbeat pounds on a Friday night. From the territory days to the modern age, every ring's a war, from every match to every stage. I grew up on legends, I learned to believe in heroes, villains, the blood, and you can see the love I have. It is all on my sleeve, from Dusty Rhodes to Bright Marquee. Wrestling is in my blood, there's no hate in me. Hear the roar when the music hits, goosebumps when the champion appears. Every style, every fight, every ring, one love for the business. I am here to bring the love and the passion in every review. Aaron Loves Wrestling. AEW, WENWA, New Japan, TNA. It doesn't matter about the brand, I love it all. Aaron Loves Wrestling. My heart is in the ring. No walls, no wars, just the passion for the business that I bring. Aaron Loves Wrestling. Say it, one world, one voice.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Aaron Loves Wrestling Podcast, and I'm your host, Dr. Love himself, Aaron. I'm here to review Dynamite and Collision this past week. Both shows are pretty good. Collision was taped late Wednesday night in Orlando, Florida, due to the weather that's going on in my parts of town. The Dallas-Fort Worth area, everything shut down. So AEW had to pivot, and they did pretty well by pivoting, putting together some late last minute matches. So Collision wasn't I was going to go to Collision Saturday night, but again, due to the weather, it put a halt to all that. I was going to my second Collision like I did last time, but the weather interfered with that. So thank you, Mother Nature. But before we get into this, I'd like to let y'all know about Woo Energy. That's right, Woo Energy. It is a great energy drink for your daily energy. 150 milligrams of caffeine, 30 calories. The sugar is like 6 grams. So get yourself some Woo Energy. Use the promo code Dr. Love, that's capital DRLOVE, and get 20% off your purchase. So use the promo code Dr. Love, DRLOVE, and get 20% off your purchase. I recommend getting the variety pack so you can try out all the flavors. My favorite is strawberry banana and also the pineapple berry. They also have lemon and dragon fruit, as you can see, but my favorite is strawberry banana and pineapple berry, so I highly recommend it. So again, click the link below, go to their website, and use the promo code Dr. Love, DRLOVE, and get yourself a case of Woo Energy today. If you are trying to limit or eliminate your caffeine intake, then I highly recommend iDrink. I am drinking me a can right now. Late night graveyard shift that I'm on, so I gotta stay up late, and I need my daily energy. I drink Woo Energy get me through it. But I drink I love because there's not a lot of caffeine. It is all your vitamins and nutrients that you need for energy. So I love I drink. It gives you that clear focus as well and clarity. So I highly recommend also ordering I drink. The link is down below. Go there and get yourself a case of I drink today. And also Prince Nana Coffee. That's right. Click the link below. Prince Nana coffee and get yourself some of the delicious Prince Nana coffee. I love it. It's my go-to coffee. Right now I'm drinking that aged whiskey barrel flavor. So get yourself some Prince Nana coffee and also Pure Plank. Planking is a great workout. Great for your core, great for your posture, helps burn body fat. I highly recommend planking. So get yourself a Pure Plank. Use promo code Aaron Loves Wrestling and get 10% off your purchase. With that being said, let's get into this. Oh, and we got Jake, the original tribal chief. What's up, Jake? Appreciate you joining in on this AEW Dynamite Collision. What did you think? If you watched it, let me know in the comments. Excuse me. So with this cold weather, I've been fighting a cold. Get my nose stuffed up. So pray for me on that one. But with this, we'll kick it off with Dynamite. We kicked it off with MJF coming to the ring. MJF called himself the best wrestler on earth. He insulted the fans, the wrestlers in the back, and especially those who are in line to face him, such as Swerve, Kenny Omega, and such. He also so MJF cutting. He's really great on the mic. He really reminds me of a modern day Ric Flair and Roddy Piper. I can see it a lot in him. He is a great heel, and to me, like the best heel in wrestling today because he has no filter. He says it how it is. And I love MJF, even though I think Hangman is better. He's my guy, but I still love MJF. He is a great wrestler, in my opinion, a great heel. He's a way better heel than he is babyface. So I'm glad that he is a. I'm glad that he is. Let me fix this here. There we go. The camera kind of got off. I'm glad that he is on. I like him better as a heel, and it's great that he's the champion. We'll have all these baby faces chasing him for it. And he faced Bandito the week prior. Bandito won the Dynamite Diamond Ring, was able to face MJF for the world title, and he lost. And then after the match, MJF attacked Bandito. So with that being said, out comes Brody King to interrupt MJF, and he wanted a title match himself. And I love this promo here because I love how MJF basically called him out saying, why do you deserve a title shot? You have not defeated any elite level talent. And he's right. He's been in a lot of squash matches lately with lasting about 2 to 5 minutes on some local talents or whatever. So he's right. So why does Brody King deserve a title shot? So this was a great segment, a great promo. MJF said he was not afraid of Brody King. And when Brody King kind of got in his face and started barking, that's when MJF retreated. And so we had this was a decent segment here, and I love how they I loved how they put this in the promo because Brody King has not defeated any elite level talent to earn a title shot. And I love how they do that with earning the title shot. So he's going to have to defeat some elite level talent, such as probably Swerve Strickland, Kenny Omega, maybe Bandito himself, even though he's his partner. And the list goes on instead of some locals where he's in a squash match or some jobbers. Defeat some elite level talent, and then you can get your title shot. One day, I would love to see Brody King as TNT champion, honestly, so him start working in the ranks in that. So I'd love to see Brody King in that. Next, we get Samoa Joe versus Speedball Mike Bailey. This was a really good match. Not too bad of a match. I did not like how they had it to where Samoa Joe needed all this help to defeat Speedball Mike Bailey because if you look at their sizes. So I did not like that part. They could have done it to where Samoa Joe won clean and defeated Speedball Mike Bailey. So that's my only takeaway from this is the ending there. The match in itself was a pretty good match, but I did not like of how I don't know. I guess how they made it to where Samoa Joe can had to struggle to defeat Speedball when there's clearly a size difference. That'd be like Big Show facing Rey Mysterio, and Big Show needing, I don't know, Great Khali and all these other giants coming in to defeat Rey Mysterio. I mean, in my opinion, there's no need for that. There's no need for interference, no need for Samoa Joe to get some help. So Samoa Joe won by pinfall, but in the end, he needed help. And I also did not like of how that you had Speedball, Mike Bailey, and Hangman Adam Page and Kevin Knight win the trios titles, and then on Dynamite they lose. Speedball to Joe, and then later on we'll talk about Kevin Knight to Swerve, even though they had a great match. They're the champions. So I did not like that part. They should have had it to where Speedball needed the help to defeat Joe. How about Hangman come out or Kevin Knight, even though Speedball told Kevin Knight to worry about his own match with Swerve, don't bother helping him. But Hangman Adam Page could have came out, or Kevin Knight, and just ignore Speedball's request and go out there and help him, especially when the interference happened. He could have said, screw that, and go out there and help him. And then that's how Speedball could have won. It made more sense, in my opinion, for that to happen. So even though it was a good wrestling match, I did not like how the ending happened. So I would really hope that, that changes, because to me, that doesn't make sense. It should have been a reverse of Speedball needing the help to defeat Joe, and not Joe needing the help to defeat Speedball. Although I love Speedball. He's one of my favorite wrestlers on the roster, but if we're looking at the size difference, Speedball should have had the help, with the outside interference. So Hangman and Jet Speed could have came in, and then after they fought off the interference, maybe one of them helps distract Joe, and then Speedball gets the win instead of the other way around. Or just Mojo defeats Speedball clean if you really wanted Joe to win. But in my opinion, it should have been Speedball winning and getting the one-up on Joe, since they won the trios titles. So it might be to where it leads to Shibata, Hook, and Joe get a rematch for the trios titles. And then maybe they put the trios titles back on the Ops, maybe. I don't know. Hopefully it's not the route, because I would not like to see that. Honestly, I would like a team like Skyflight, or maybe one of the members of the Callis Family. I mean, you got two trios teams alone in there. And then you got other trios on the roster that you can have to feud over these titles and win instead of the Ops, or even Hangman and Speedball. I don't even like Hangman's back in the trios division after he was just in the world title division. It feels like a repeat of his last title run, to where he lost it and then he got put in the trios division. Last time was with Dark Order, and then this time is with Jet Speed. I just don't like that. Keep Hangman as a singles competitor. At least put him in the TNT title division or something. Or just keep him the world title chase. Have him chase the world title. It's kind of like Cody and WWE, him chasing the world title. A lot of people love it better when Cody chases the title. Same thing goes for Hangman Adam Page. Him chasing the title last year, leading up to All in Texas, was a great story. You could have had that happen again. And him just kind of come up short, and then maybe win it back later on in the year. But I just don't like that he's put back in the trios division. Like I said, overall, good match, but just did not like the ending. Next, we get the street fight with Death Riders and Don Callis Family. I like this because this was a really good match, a really good street fight. And I like this because it is a good way to turn the Death Riders babyface. And that's what they're trying to do, is trying to turn the Death Riders to babyface, and then find the Don Callis Family. Does it good and justice and makes sense. Because John Moxley is kind of, a lot of people are behind John Moxley now. He's not heel no more. So it looks like that John is not going to be kicked out of the Death Riders group. Looks like they're going to turn them babyface slowly. And facing the Don Callis Family is one good way to do it. Maybe later on they face the Ops and so on. I mean, you get the Death Riders that could be in the World Trios title division. You got Wheeler Yuta, Daniel Garcia. You can even throw Claudio Castagnoli in there again, or Pac. Have Pac in there. Those three could win the World Trios titles, because Claudio's the CMLL World Heavyweight Champion. And then you got Moxley, the Continental Champion. You can have Pac, Daniel Garcia, and Wheeler Yuta win the World Trios titles. That's a good way to do it. But overall, this match was really good, in my opinion. A good street fight. And I love a good street fight, especially when it involves blood. Because when you have a street fight, a steel cage match, no DQs match, and it involves blood, I like it. It brings out it makes the match more special than a normal match. So Death Riders stand tall. Garcia, Mox, and Yuta defeat Romero, Archer, and Hechicero of the Callis family. And again, good match. Good street fight, in my opinion. Next, you had FTR facing off against the newly signed Alex Pierce and Jordan Oliver. One of them had a match against, I think it was Jordan Oliver. No, Alex Pierce. They had a match against MJF, one of their independent promotions they were working for the world title. MJF won, obviously, and then afterwards he announced that they were signed with AEW and were all elite. So now they're signed with AEW in their tag team division, and they faced FTR, and this was a really good match, even though we all even when y'all knew if FTR was going to win, they really did good at building up that maybe the new rookies could defeat FTR. So I like how they brought that out in this match and gave it to where, hey, there's some hope for the new guys, even though FTR won. And of course, them winning going into next week, or this coming Wednesday, I should say, putting their titles on the line against Davis and Doyle, the Don Callis family. So this was again a good match, and I like the ending of it with the FTR winning. And we'll see who walks out as the new AEW World Tag Team Champions on Wednesday. And next, we finally get Kenny Omega versus Josh Alexander. Needed some refreshing. This was a good match a really good match, one-on-one match between Alexander and Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega has some beef with Don Callis because Don Callis turned on him when Kenny Omega's with the group. I know it's kind of hard to believe, but yeah, he was once with Don Callis. That's when he did the belt collector deal and all that. And then Don Callis turned on him. So it was a good match between Alexander and Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega won, defeated Alexander, and rightfully so, because he's in the world title mix. So him winning and defeating some elite talent, according to MJF, he takes that next step in challenging for the AEW World Championship. So this was really good. Again, really good match. And then we finally got to see Josh Alexander versus Kenny Omega. And then next we got women's tag team action. We had the returning Penelope Ford finally recovered from her injury. She teams up with Megan Bain, and they're taking on the Timeless Love Bombs. And I wasn't expecting Ford and Megan Bain to win, but they did. And they came out with the victory over Mina Shirakawa and Toni Storm. So that puts them up there for the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship picture. Maybe they take the belts off of the Babes of Wrath, Willow and Harley. So we'll see. But this was a good match, women's tag team match. I'm glad we got it. Good. And I would like to see Megan Bain, honestly, in maybe the TBS title run or maybe the women's championship picture. I think TBS title run would be good. She could face Willow Nightingale down the road and maybe dethrone her for that title. But her and Ford can easily win the AEW Women's Tag Team titles as well. Next, we got the main event, Swerve Strickland versus Kevin Knight. This was a phenomenal match between the two. My match of the night. And it was the main event with Swerve and Kevin Knight. Swerve, even though he won, he put Kevin Knight over in this match. And I see the difference between Speedball's match and this match. So Speedball is facing against someone they defeated for the titles the week prior. So him losing to Joe, in my opinion, didn't make sense. This one was a way for Swerve and Kevin Knight, or Swerve to put over Kevin Knight, but Swerve also is in that world title picture. So him losing wouldn't make sense because he's trying to compete for the world title. But then Kevin Knight losing, although yes, he won the World Trios titles, but it wasn't against an Ops member. So I feel like if Kevin Knight faced like Hook or Shibata and he lost, then I would say the same as Joe versus Speedball Mike Bailey. But now that he is facing Swerve Strickland, one of the top faces of the of AEW, and probably next in line to challenge for the AEW World Championship or soon to be, him defeating Kevin Knight, even put over Kevin Knight, made sense to me. And in my opinion, or I would say Ric Flair once said that it doesn't matter about wins and losses, it matters about winning over the crowd. And yes, wins and losses in a way does matter, so it's kind of contradicting of what he said. But in the end, it is about winning over the crowd because you can still go over and lose. So it's not like Kevin Knight's trying to compete for the world title. If he were trying to compete for the world title and you wanted to put him over, him losing, yeah, I can see. But him winning or losing in this one, but still having a good match, a strong match, and losing to Swerve, he still went over in this match. So he has a lot of potential, and yes, he is one of the future stars of AEW. One day he will be in that world title picture. I think next would be great for him to be a Continental Champion or International Champion or TNT Champion, but one day he will be in that world title picture. So this match was really good in my opinion. Again, solid show for AEW, and I just solid show for AEW. I enjoyed the entire show of Dynamite. Like I said, just some takeaways with this was uh, the Speedball and Joe match. I just disagreed with Speedball or Joe winning the way he did over Speedball. Speedball is the one, in my opinion, that needed the assistance, that needed help. So him winning with the help that he got, it just didn't make sense to me because of Speedball should be the one winning. He should be the one defeated Joe instead of Joe needing the help of Speedball. But other than that, overall, this card was really good. Just that was my one little takeaway from that one. Hey, what's up, brother? Devin is in the house. What's good? Just went over Dynamite. About to go over Collision. What is good, my brother? Let's see. Let's go to the comments here. I'm not able to watch Collision live on Saturdays because I'm usually spending time with the fam. I 100% agree with that one. There will be times I am as well, and I'll just catch Collision after they go to bed because I'm on that graveyard shift now. When I'm on days, it's kind of hard for me to watch it. There'll be times I catch it, times I don't, maybe later. Maybe when my son's taking a nap and my wife's at work, or I had that little free time. I know the struggle there with Jake. Family comes first. Family comes above. God comes first, but family definitely comes above wrestling and everything else. So I agree with that one, Jake. But I enjoyed it, and I more so watched Collision after they went to bed. After I finished Saturday night's main event, because I wanted to watch that one more than I did Collision. Uh, so, but I still watched it, and I even caught AAA as well. So there was a lot of wrestling on Saturday night. So now, speaking of Collision, let's get into Collision. They had to do the taping of this show, like I said, this past Wednesday in Orlando because of the weather. So this was really good that the last minute card that they did. Tony Khan did great at picking the last minute card here with Hangman Adam Page and Shibata. You had the women's world title on the line with Statlander versus Isla Dawn, and leading up to her title match against Tekla next week or Wednesday. Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita facing off against Billy and Austin Gunn. And then you had Mark Davis and Jake Doyle going up against Jordan Oliver and Alec Price. And again, they won over the same team FTR did on Dynamite. Willow Nightingale put her TBS title line against Julia Hart. And then, of course, he had Andrade and Magnus and Claudio. There was a lot of great wrestling matches on Saturday night. Really good. But we'll go over the Hangman Adam Page one first. This was a good match. Of course, that's my boy Hangman Adam Page. But him and Shibata had a really good match. Really good way to kick off the show. And you had Um, Shibata and Hangman Adam Page going, uh, back and forth in here. And there was one moment where Hangman did kind of like a buckshot lariat over the turnbuckle or a clothesline, and that was a pretty cool spot. And then in the end, you had Hangman Adam Page uh, standing tall over Shibata. So it's kind of weird. Out of the trios world champions, you had uh, Hangman win, but the other two lose. And that's where I don't know, I kind of disagree with it because of, you had one of them win and two, and Hangman won, and I'm glad. But in my opinion, they all three should have won. I mean, they just won the titles. So in my opinion, they all should have won, or at least Speedball over Joe. Kevin Knight losing to Swerve, like I said, it was a good way to put him over, but him losing to Swerve wasn't too bad. But still enjoyed uh, the match, even though Kevin Knight lost. But Speedball definitely should have beaten Joe. Having some of that help of the outside when the ops came out there, Heyman and Kevin Knight should have came out there too to help their partner. I mean, why were they just going to leave him hanging high and dry out there? It just didn't make sense to me. Uh, Even though it was a good match, there still needs to be some things that make sense here. And yes, he did request Kevin Knight not help and focus on his match, but he still could have Hangman come out there and help fight off Shibata and Hook. And maybe even Swerve. Swerve, he or not Swerve. You could even have Kevin Knight come out there, even though Speedball requested him not coming out there. So Hangman winning here, I loved it, but they all should have won in my opinion. So next you had the AEW Women's World Championship match with Chris Statlander facing up against Isla Dawn, and we all knew that Chris was going to walk out the champion here. So we all knew that was going to happen. But in the end, you had Chris Statlander win, and a good promo by Tekla at the end. She was wearing Chris Statlander's shirt and was kind of mocking her and everything. And then you had her throw her shirt and eventually take her shirt off, throw it in the trash. And then she kind of did like this Star Trek thing of, live long and prosper to Chris Statlander. So I thought that was a pretty cool deal there. So good promo by Tekla to Chris Statlander. We'll see who walks out the Women's World Champion. Will Chris Statlander's title reign in here and they put the belt on Tekla, or will Chris continue her title reign? We will see on Wednesday. Next, you had Kyle Fletcher and Konosuke Takeshita going up against Billy Gunn and Austin Gunn. And this was a good tag team match. But Billy Gunn at 62 in the shape he's in, it's crazy. And him still going in the ring like he is at 62 or 63. He's in his 60s, I know. So this was good to see the father-son duo team up. So they came so they lost though. They came out short to Takeshita and Austin Gunn. Out comes the international champion Okada, and he's out there smiling. And Takeshita sees him, and he's not happy. So he's wanting to go out there and fight Okada, and Don Callis and Kyle Fletcher holds him back, and they're like, no. So they're trying to still keep the peace between Okada and Takeshita, but they can't. Eventually, it's probably going to lead to Takeshita facing Okada for the International Championship, and Takeshita wins that title belt again. Next, we have the Grizzled Young Veterans. They want another shot at Eddie Kingston and Ortiz. So they called him out for a match, so we'll probably get that next week. Maybe next week on Collision or in Dynamite, unless it was announced already. Haven't seen it yet. And then later, next we get Mark Davis and Jack Doyle, formerly known as Jake Something. He is now with AEW, and him and Davis are a great team together. I mean, they just go well, and I like it. It's another new, fresh team in the tag team division, so I like that they're together. They defeated Jordan Alvin and Alec Price, the same team FTR defeated. and on Dynamite before the taping of this show. And this was a like little quick match for them, and they won. Going into their title match on Wednesday, will they walk out the World Tag Team Champions? I don't know. We'll see. Will they move on from FTR or will they not? I'm still thinking they're going to keep those title belts on FTR to lead up to Adam Copeland and Christian, and maybe them winning the tag team titles one last time to retire with. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm kind of over of the legends taking the spots away from the new talent, so it'll be a fun little nostalgia. But in the end, I would like Davis and Doyle to win and become tag team champions or someone new. Well, that's just my opinion. So then we get Willow Nightingale facing Julia Hart for the TBS Championship. Of course, Willow Nightingale retains the title and has a successful defense over Julia Hart. But this was a good match, a good women's match here. So uh, Willow Nightingale defeating Mercedes Moné for the TBS Championship. It was good. Finally, we get the new champ and Mercedes Moné on her downhill slope and is now gone for a while to pretty much prove that the division needs her. So we'll see when she loses all these titles. But it'll be a good way for her to lose all these titles and then build her way back up in the division and maybe eventually turn her baby face so that she can win the women's world title that way. But again, solid match between Willow and Julia Hart. Next, we get the Rascals backstage. They're kind of doing rock, paper, scissors on who's going to face the crew. And you had Desmond, Xavier, and let's see, Zachary Wentz. Yeah. They won the rock, paper, scissors, and they are going to face the crew. So we'll see when that match gets announced. And then you also had Alex Windsor and Jamie Hayter backstage in a promo, and I like this pairing, I really do. They're going to team up, and they're talking about going after the women's tag team titles in this promo, and I like the pairing, I really do. They kind of resemble one another, and I mean they look like sisters. Honestly, they kind of look alike. So I like this pairing between Windsor and Jamie Hayter, and they will be added to the women's tag team division and help build that women's tag team roster. So I like it. Although I want to see Jamie Hayter compete for the women's world title, but this would be, but her competing for the women's tag team title, especially that Windsor, it's a really good duo. I like it. And next you got Andrade El Idolo out, and he has a match. He defeated Magnus, and they had a really good one-on-one match. Later in here, I like how they're giving Andrade this Eddie Guerrero type deal. He like during the match he went over and took a picture with one of the women in the crowd and put his number in her phone and everything, and he kind of did the Eddie Guerrero shimmy there. So I like that aspect, and I like how they're doing that with Andrade. And he had a really good match. I like the new ring attire that he's got. Looks great. He defeated Magnus, and then later on he cut a promo backstage, calling out Swerve and going out to the AEW World Championship. So now we got Swerve and Andrade in a one-on-one match on Wednesday. So that's going to be a good match in my opinion. Next, you got the main event: Claudio Castagnoli defending his CML World Heavyweight Championship against Roderick Strong. And in this, a lot of people complain about Tony Khan holding up that title because what they do over there in CML is that the president will come out, hold the World Championship as it's being announced, and then, kind of shake both competitors' hand. It's kind of the tradition over there for good sportsmanship and all that. And Tony Khan was the one that did it. Maybe they try to get the CML president out there to do so. Maybe not. I mean, with a lot of the weather issues going on, maybe there's no way to get him out there. But him doing so to kind of keep that tradition, I mean, I don't know why people are complaining. It's ridiculous in my opinion because he's keeping that tradition of the CMLL, and I like it. So paying honors to that. So, but other than that, you had Claudio and Roderick Strong had a solid match. And Roderick Strong, you also had John Moxley on commentary in this match, and Roderick Strong had a good, strong match in here. He didn't win. It would have been great if he did, but he didn't win. Claudio defeats Roderick Strong after a really good match, successful title defense, And that is the end of Collision. And one thing I also want to point out is on Collision, you had Paul White, formerly known as Big Show, uh, go up again. He was on commentary, and I really liked that. I like Paul White on commentary. He was really good on commentary. So I would like to see him back on Collision commentary, and him, maybe even Nigel McGuinness can be on commentary on Collision. Uh, so I like it. I like him on commentary. He was really good filling in, and I would like to see him continue. And we'll see Paul White continue on commentary on AEW Collision. I believe he was back in the day. I think it was on Dark. Was it AEW Dark that he was on commentary? I'm trying to remember. I think it was AEW Dark back in the day when he first signed with the company. After the few matches he had, he went to commentary and he was on AEW Dark. Um, and he was really great there too. So I would like to see Paul White back on commentary. Starting Con, if you're listening, please do so. Have him on commentary on Collision. You can have Taz and Brian Danielson on Dynamite, and you can have Paul White, maybe Nigel McGuinness on Collision. So I would like to see that. I think that'd be awesome. But that is my Dynamite Collision review. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Hit the like button, hit the notification button, subscribe. If you love professional wrestling, whether it's WWE, AEW, NW Power, TNA, New Japan, the list goes on, AAA, subscribe, because I'm here just kind of review and promote and love professional wrestling. I'll give my criticisms, as you heard me point out in this show, but in a positive way where I'm not belittling anyone or belittling the company or putting down company. I might point out, hey, I didn't like it, didn't think it makes sense, etc., etc. But in the end, I still will watch wrestling and love it and still show up because, more wrestling around the better, especially when you got AEW. WWE, AEW, there's no, WWE's got the Royal Rumble coming up on Saturday, so I can't wait for that. But AEW, it's great as well. They got some great matches, even though there might be some things that we could criticize on, but I can criticize things with WWE. I can criticize things with TNA. I can criticize things on NWA Power, New Japan, or TNA. But in the end, I'm here to still enjoy and love professional wrestling and still review it and hear your comments as well. So, that's what I'm here for. So hit the subscribe button. Go follow me on X. Go follow me on Instagram. Go follow me on TikTok. And let's, join together and, share our love for professional wrestling, regardless of which company you're with. So appreciate all y'all. Love all y'all. Go check out Devin the Tribal Chief on Monday nights because he's going to be doing his Raw watch along, and also on Tuesday night for NXT, Thursday night for TNA, and it looks like he's doing Friday Night SmackDown too. And plus, you got the Royal Rumble, so check him out this week. My brother Devin the Tribal Chief. Go subscribe to him and like his videos. Well, you can also recap his Seattle Seahawks and Los Angeles Rams playoff game watch along, and the Saturday night main event watch along he did, and the SmackDown this past Friday that he did. So go check him out. So I love all y'all. Appreciate y'all. Just remember, love professional wrestling. See y'all next time. Have a good one. I'm out.
From the first bout to the last stand, this is for every fan who loves it. I am Dr. Love, and this is Aaron Love's Wrestling. Yeah! Turn the lights on, hear the crowd ignite. Heartbeat pounds on a Friday night. From the territory days to the modern age, every ring's a war, from every match to every stage. I grew up on legends, I learned to believe in heroes, villains, the blood, and you can see the love I have. It is all on my sleeve, from Dusty Rhodes to Bright Marquee. Wrestling is in my blood, there's no hate in me. Hear the roar when the music hits, goosebumps when the champion appears. Every style, every fight, every ring, one love for the business. I am here to bring the love and the passion in every review. Aaron loves wrestling. the Tokyo Dome to Arena, Mexico, in every zone, every style's a kingdom, every ring is a throne. Give the way to AEW, every New Japan pride. AA line on the way, AEW, A on the rise. Different banners with the same love and passion pounding in the soul. Aaron loves wrestling. Every brand, it doesn't matter about the three letters, from the local hall to the global star. Oh my God, that sound when the entrance hits, we are all ready to start. Aaron loves wrestling, side by side. No tribal lines, just love for the business worldwide. This is wrestling. This is wrestling. Cuddy fights for the dreams of us all in red, white, blue. Hangman doesn't stay down, he is always fighting for redemption. Mox bleeds for the business, bringing out the passion in us all. Okada is the rainmaker, the money rains down with every title reign. Cena's never giving up the fight. Fear strikes in the heart of man when Undertaker appears. Sting is the vigilante that every villain fears. Legends will always be remembered, they never retire in our hearts. They will live on forever. From Flair to Michaels, from Hogan to Cena, from Omega's rise to acknowledging Reigns. Different paths but the same damn ring, same damn love for professional wrestling. Say it loud, I love wrestling. Say it proud, I love wrestling. No hate, no tribalism. Just love for the business until the end of time. You know the war goes on your chest. If you love this business, then you're the best. No keyboard warriors, no hate, no lies. Just respect when the warriors rise. From the curtain rise to the final pin, we all are chasing that moment when the bell rings. It's more than title belts, it's more than glory. It's our love for professional wrestling in every story. So pull your hearts up, it's all one love. Every fan's got a place. From every city to every nation, we're united by a love for professional wrestling. Aaron loves wrestling. Hear the crowd with every chant, every heartbeat, and with every tear. Aaron loves wrestling. This is our life. From the rise of a hero to the falling of wrestling. Never ends. From the opening bell to the final ring. Aaron loves wrestling. We all just love listening. AEW, no more hate. Just love professional wrestling. AEW. The American Cowboy will always ride for this. Dr. Love will always share the love of professional wrestling. For every ring, every wrestler, and every fan. One word, one passion, one truth that I'm confessing.